So we're at the front fence, and there's a lot happening here. A lot has changed in this area, mostly because of this lovely addition here. This is city water, and we didn't have any irrigation to this area. And once we had a hose, a 100-foot hose, and a spigot that we could just turn on and off, it changed things dramatically. So I wanted to point out some of the things that I'm doing. Like in the back here near the fence, I planted a bunch of seeds, and those are all of one variety. I'm trying to get those seedlings to a good size where I can get scions from them, and of course another project. This is just a seedling tree that I'm going to graft onto. We've got a lot of 15-gallon trees here, and these I want them to root in better. And so these are not ready for sale yet, but they are getting there. Of course, this huge tree was two Haden trees, a Haden and the seedling of that tree that we cut way back, and this is all grafted to Ugly Betty. Now this tree, even though we've been trying to keep it trimmed back, it just has so much energy from that root system that things grow very quickly. So after this next fruiting season, this has to get cut back a lot. But on some of these other trees, I wanted to move the production of, future production of mangoes out further so that we have, more control over how the trees grow. Hopefully they'll stay small, we can keep them small, but this particular seedling I've grafted Shuihen to, which is also known as raw honey. Very interesting variety from Burma. I've got some little seedlings here that are not quite ready to graft onto, so that's future, especially after we trim the Ugly Betty way back. This will have more sunshine to grow. But then I also have all these little seedlings in here, and I've grafted different varieties to all of them. And what's nice is that when I'm watering these pots, they get watered too, so they are very happy. So I have this seedling. We've got one back here that was actually from the Haden tree, and I've grafted scions from interesting seedlings onto this tree. So this is a project tree. In the back, got some more seedlings from that Haden, and I've grafted, this one is Spirit of 76, and then some seedling varieties, so that's fun too. This again is all grafted. This is grafted. I'm not completely sure what variety it is. I've got it narrowed down to 2, so hoping it fruits soon. And this is all Ugly Betty seedlings. We had a problem with squirrels and iguanas getting into the Ugly Betty fruit, so I thought, why not just put all those seeds down and see if there's any of the seedlings that look different enough from the mother tree to graft and see what the fruit's like. Here's a nice variety here. This Karen Michelle, very productive, nice fruit, and used a larger seedling because, as it grows, it'll be out of the way of these other trees. This one's yet to be grafted. Here's a seedling. This, of course, is another huge Haden tree. This is, one of the major branches or whatever that's there on the ground. But this was a seedling of that tree, and I've grafted Kaley Kay onto this. So that was a larger seedling and a little bit older project, but there's a nice Kaley Kay tree. So we have this little area I've grafted a little gem onto. I believe that, yep. And so got that grafted already. And then we have some more trees here. This is Dacieri grafted there. And these, I believe, are pineapple pleasure. Now, I wanted to point out, this is the, that fallen branch. Well, actually, we cut it, and it's now in place, rotting. Here's another one. It's not our house and garden view, but that's another branch that's rotting away. This tree, very old, and we cut it back severely, and hoping that it would sprout out. This sprouted out, but then the sprout outs died. And then the major part of the tree, huge trunk, we have sprouts on this back side, but nothing on this other side. So I think that long term, this is not a viable tree. We've got pineapple pleasure, growing happily on it, but because of what happened on this side of the tree, I don't think that this stump is going to support life for that much longer. So that's another reason to have all of these little seedlings growing up and getting grafted, because eventually they'll replace these big trees. So we have, that's Dacieri. Well, we already covered that. I've got, this one has yet to be grafted, but we've got some seedlings here that are just about ready. This is, of course, the remains of a lot of the former canopy of this tree. Of course, another Haden. And this is all guava mango on this side. So hopefully we'll get guava. We've got some flowers right here. And so, got some guava potential, but I think that we'll get a lot more. And over here, this side is elephant. It's one of those Thai green mango varieties. I don't know what the real name is. It was, I'm sure it has a hard to pronounce Thai name, but very large, very popular green mango, raw. And so hopefully we got like 2 fruit from this last year, and hopefully we'll get a lot more this year. Underneath here is another one of my project areas, another variety of seed that I put here. I put a whole lot of seed, but we got some survivors, waiting for them to grow so I can use them for another experiment. But you'll notice in between all sorts of pots we have seedlings. This is a seedling that I grafted Karen Michelle on it. I recently cut it back because I want more branching, so it was quite a bit higher before. More project trees in here. Those I'm just growing out for scions. But you can tell that there's a lot of trees that are in place here for the future. It's the eventual demise of all of these huge Haden trees. This is just massive, the trunks of these trees. And so, we'll have these trees, for probably 10 more years, maybe more, but at some point we're just going to convert to the smaller trees. And one thing that's really fun that we can sort of end on a happy note for this video is looking at all these marless blooms. Got a lot of blooms here on the southwest side, and we also have a fair amount of blooms on the north side. So, yay marless. Hoping for a really nice crop from this. It has a long season, so sometimes it's called all summer long. But marless mango.